Okay, I'm old, so I'm used to that. That's true. I don't know how to make it stay. Oh, balance is the key. I had no idea this was going to be a bunch of cops here because I've had a little problems. They were minor, okay? My first ticket. I was going to work, 6:30 in the morning, nobody on the road, nobody. And I'm coming down that turn off on the gauge off the highway, the bypass thing there, and I'm sure I came to a complete stop, I'm certain. And right in front of me, I saw this cop pulled over, it's waiting, but there was nobody around. So I figured, hey, it's not a big deal, and I was certain I had changed, stop, because I had to shift gears, so that meant I had to come to a complete stop. Well, that's what I told the cop, but he gave me a ticket. He said it was a California stop. But I've always had trouble with driving because I didn't learn to drive till I was 28. Well, that's because I grew up in Europe as a teenager, and when I got back to the States, it was just before my 18th birthday. And I was so busy learning to park, I never got around to driving. But I did know how to fly a plane. I flew a plane before I ever learned to drive. I even rode a motorcycle before I ever learned to drive. But the motorcycle was, really small. And you could have pushed it faster than I drove it. But it was a motorcycle, and I take credit for having known how to drive a motorcycle. Okay? Because when you're my age, you got to take credit for things because it's not going to be given to you.
Right.
And this cane, I am a handicapped person. I have adult children. That qualifies me right there. I also have grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We raised one of our grandchildren. She's wonderful. She's completely deaf and nonverbal. When she was 8 years old, she found out we could hear her fart. And she didn't speak to us for a long time. Lately, she's grown up now, and she's staying at her father-in-law's house, and she told me that her father-in-law was fighting. They're both totally deaf, nonverbal, both of them. And she told me that he was mad at her all the time. He was yelling at her and slamming the doors. I could not keep a straight face because they're both deaf. They can't speak, they can't hear, but he was having a fit over that. But that's okay. See, when you get old, you find humor in things that nobody else does. That's because, we're old. And I can tell this is a really tough crowd. So we'll just get right to sex, okay? Because I know that's what you really want to know about. If possible, nobody in here is as old as me. Well, my best friend is here, and she's 3 months older than me. But nobody else is. My husband's here, too. When I married him, he was 19, and I was 30. And I can tell you it was a very good idea. And we still have the same brass bed, and it has these, it's pretty, it's got these two cherubs, and there's this little, I don't know, something in the middle. I think it used to be a harp, I'm not sure, because now, I don't know why, but now those two cherubs were right over my head. They kind of folded in, and they're almost kissing now, so we might have to get a new bed. Or take away the Viagra. I'm not sure what the solution would be. And I don't need the cane to walk. It's for protection. When I go in a grocery store, or any store at all, and if I see somebody that's acting stupid, like recently, I was in the store, and there was a man just ahead of me, just a little bit ahead of me, had his back to me. And his kid in the cart was asking for something very nicely, and the man started screaming and carrying on, so I took a couple steps forward, and bam! And I went, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. It's a new cane, sometimes it slipped. So it's real handy for teaching parents. I find it handy. when I was a teenager, one time I broke my foot. I've broken everything. I've broken my whole body, piece at a time, piece at a time. It takes time to get it all broke, you know. And it's a good thing I've lived this long because there's probably something left to happen to me. I'm not sure. I woke up deaf one time. Had no idea why. Went to the doctor. I wasn't sick. I was just deaf. And I was a nurse. And let me tell you, it's not easy to be a nurse if you're deaf. Because most of my patients were old. You know, I'm writing them notes. They don't have their glasses on. They're in a bed. They didn't know. I couldn't hear them. It was horrible. So the next time that I talk to y'all, I'm going to tell you the secrets of sex after 60, because there are some. So I think you're going to be able to relate to them, because this is an old crowd, I can tell. Thank you very much.
Doris Lord, everybody.